In Rage 2, we wanted to add some complementary thing to the weapons. Like, the weapons are a core component of all id-style shooters. We like to give the player toys of different kinds. And as we were spinning around ideas about the game and what we should do with the sequel, in the first Rage, where you had the thing that revived you when you died, that was explained as a nanotrite ability. And we wanted to run with that and make new things. So that's kind of what makes the player character unique. He's the last ranger in the Rage universe in Rage 2 that has those type of powers. And with those powers we can do fantastic things that we want to give the player as a toy. We have the basic things as movement enhanced abilities like a double jump, and you can double jump and hang up in the air, freeze in air for a while and shoot from the air. We have movement boosting, so you can quickly dash throughout the world. You can either use that for defensive purposes to get out of enemy fire, or you can use it as offensive tool to get really close into the enemies as with this super fast movement, like do a dash and then that will go into a glide and then you will do a melee attack at an enemy. We have slam, which is a thing where you jump up, aim down at the ground, and you hit the ground really hard with your hand or in the face of an enemy, and you will see them kind of like impact and go into small pieces and fly around. It can be used as a kind of a stun effect, kind of like if you have one big enemy in a group of smaller ones, you can do a ground slam and those guys will be stunned for a little while you focus on the bigger guy, and then you can return to the small guys afterwards and so on. And you can upgrade it so the radius of it becomes better and better, but it is super destructive, and like if the thing that you hit straight on, you can break a lot of different things with that. And then we have the more physicalized ability called Shatter. So it's a movement of the hand, and you kind of like create a invisible force that goes through the world, and it destroys items, so that's why it's called Shatter. But it also pushes things around, so you can push enemies like out of cliffs or into walls and toy around with them that way. Shatter is a more focused, easy to aim ability. Ground slam, you can learn to aim that as well, but it's a bit harder. Like, it requires a little bit more skill from the player to use that in a detailed manner. Shatter is more precise, and ground slam is, I'm overrun by like mutants everywhere. It's like, boom. Okay, cool, now I get it. I can breathe, and then boom, boom, boom. I like the vortex grenade the most. So it's a thing that toys around with gravity. So you throw out a object into the world. First, that thing have the gravity going towards it, so it pulls things into the center of that. And then after a short while, that explodes and sends everything upwards in the air, where it hang for a while. So gather a bunch of enemies into a ball of enemies, and they go up and hang for a while, and you have a more or less a shooting gallery. It's not a pure combat tool, but you can just play with it. It's really one of those things that you can be creative with and just have a great time. The most defensive tool of them all is called the barrier. So like just puts up a visible barrier in the world. But we like to combine things, so we made it a little bit offensive as well. So like when you push an enemy through it, they will actually explode by just touching it and so on. So it's a good range of toys that you can use. Yeah. The player can be very creative with them, find new ways to string them together, use them together to create really, really nice moments, and you can get into a flow of using them, so to speak.